And we'll continue our theme of what the F is going on in American universities.
I recognize this university.
Again, thank goodness for our friends over at Fredhampton Leftists and for Afeni. And this was from Jamal Rich, who was writing for Black Agenda Report. Amazing publication. South Harmon Institute of Technology. Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I had the Swanee Hamilton Institute of Technology. That was near me. That was where I.
Well, we always called it the Sam Houston Institute of Technology.
Yeah.
So
like they were actually going to name it that, and everyone was like, hey, "You sure about that?" And so they changed it.
So this is the story. I think we talked a little bit about this last week. What these activist students are doing is they're sitting in on one of the halls, and they've taken it over for a better part of a week at this point, and they are reinstatement of so they're looking for trustee positions. It's not just about the living conditions, which are horrifying alone, but then we also have what's going on with the board, and they're trying to silence the student voices and the faculty voices within the board of trustees. So you've got some protesting happening here, and you've got a takeover of one of the buildings. And what did they do in response? They shut down the student financial aid office, which was in a whole other building. It's called the Blackburn Takeover. So for about a week, students at Howard have been protesting horrible living conditions inside some of the dorms on campus. So
mold and all sorts of gross nonsense.
So there have been all kinds of tweets. This was NewsOne covered this. And again, I'm going to put all the links in the chat after, or in the description after the stream is over, so you'll be able to see all of them.
Look at that. Look at that nonsense.
They're asking us to relocate from our dorm, even though it's flooding. And I already slipped and fell today. You can see that there's active water dripping in there. That's gross. Okay.
Oh, and the insulation, you can tell, is just matted and wet.
And here's mold photos.
Bad. Yeah.
Okay, again.
That's like actual fungus. Like actual culture.
Search hashtag Blackburn Takeover on Twitter, and you'll be able to see this. This is another one. Yeah. The local Fox affiliate caught some of the mice that were eating I think that's a cork board.
Yeah,
some of the mold problems that were at. Yeah, here's a mold covered.
It's like a picture frame. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, and so they're asking for support. Again, they were camped out and taking over the building. Always dangerous to open up Twitter. Never know what's going to pop up.
Make sure those messages are closed.
Well, suits are good. Yeah, it automatically opens up open, and I don't like that.
I know.
I really
There's
don't.
probably a way to change that. Maybe like a stream or Twitter. That's what they need. You know?
So you've got
for Twitter.
Students camping out, students forming lines of solidarity. I believe Afeni was in the building at one point.
Yeah.
And providing support. And they were collecting funds also. Students sleeping during the inhumane protest. And then they were, again, during Parents' Weekend, and it was Parents' Weekend at Howard this weekend. You had students camped out in tents. Look at this. Students protesting throughout the night.
Good.
No housing crisis, but we have mold growing everywhere.
Okay, lay it on its face.
Oh my god.
Holy!
Oh my fucking god! What?
They're flipping out. Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, it's like...
It's everywhere.
Geez.
It's really bad. Okay, so again, this NewsOne article really has a good summary of the tweets. Oh, and look who it is.
By the way, people, hemp insulation can help you deal with moisture. Just saying.
Unreal. Unreal. stand in solidarity with the students. And somebody said there's multi-million-dollar grants from the wealthiest of the wealthy. What are they doing? How are they not taking care of their kids? And that they're living in these moldy conditions, and they're going to have respiratory issues and all. Again, rats and roaches in the cafe, students without housing, mold in the limited housing available. This is disgraceful, and this needs to have attention called.
Can we send them marshmallows for like their big
more
tents?
Light shown on it. Yeah,
for sure.
It's really, really bad. So, just wanted everybody to be aware that this was happening, and appreciate anybody sharing and letting people know about what's happening here, and that these students are not ignored and that they're not alone.
There was a mutual aid fund, right? I think people posted that.
There was some kind of a fund for them. And again, if you search hashtag Blackburn Takeover or search hashtag Howard U, you'll find a lot of stuff having to do with these protests. Again, this was on the 14th, so this was 10 days ago. Everybody camped out. Here, hashtag Cash App the Live movement will give direct support to protesters, such as with supplies. Cash App $ Housing Students 1867 raises money for students struggling with off-campus homeless students living paycheck to paycheck, etc. That's really helpful. So again, just terrible, and these are like, it costs a ton of money to attend Howard. I don't know what the annual tuition for Howard is, but I think it's north of $30,000 a semester.
I remember Berkeley was trying to get me to go, and just the housing cost alone was like, it was way more than tuition was, and it was ridiculous. Tuition was already crazy, like